Hello. Hi, Marla. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for waiting. We've got a lively group in the room. We've been chatting away about very serious and important things. Okay. Well, we're going to jump right in tonight, and I'm just going to weave a little bit of conversation throughout our experience. So we might be here for a little bit less time than normal, but regardless, we will jump right in now and start with step one, which is to get grounded, get comfortable, establish your seat or your perch or your reclined support, whatever it is that is going to be with you, and hold you from underneath, to establish a sense of here-ness and now-ness, and to acknowledge the presence of the body in the way it is supported. And then awareness to the breath. As you bring your next breath in, draw the breath all the way in and down to meet that place of support. And then as you release the breath, you can bring awareness to the fullness and the lift and the width and the space of your body. Feel free to close your eyes or to keep them slightly open, casting a downward gaze on some comfortable space in front of you. And notice your breath. Arriving and departing. And so, usually, how it goes, we acknowledge and establish our physical presence and the breath. And then the thoughts rev up again. So I'll invite you to use this analogy if it's helpful, that the space of awareness in your consciousness is a vast, spacious sky. You could even go beyond the sky. You could go through the atmosphere, up into space, into the universe, if you're feeling generous with your consciousness. And then that every thought you can locate as a star or a cloud or the sun flashing meteor, a glowing satellite. It could be a heavy blanket of gray, thick, stormy cloud. The mind can only exist because it knows itself. But what it forgets to know is that it is more than just the things it knows. It forgets all of that space. It forgets all of that freedom. And that's what I'm inviting you to explore in our practice right now, is that freedom. Some of those thoughts come heavily laden with feelings of grief or loss or heartbreak or anger or regret, rage, fear, desire, aversion, delusion, confusion, ignorance. There's more than 31 flavors of these thoughts, but the mind has other ways of being. So each one is just something in the sky. And we can name, we can locate, we can register. Not in an effort to wipe it away, but in a willingness to see that there's more. So we'll sit with that silently for a bit of time. Remember, every thought that arrives is just one aspect of this spacious sky that is our consciousness. Be willing to see the space around each thought and each feeling that it engenders. Every memory, just a little twinkling of a star that lived a long time ago, and all it is its residue that shines. And the space all around that glimmer is where we are free. And these clouds that float through are far less threatening than they appear. It's a trick of the eye/mind that has us believing that that's all there is right now to think about, to latch on to. And it requires significant effort to stop trying. It requires significant effort to let go. The energy that we pour into these thoughts and ruminations and stories and tangents that these clouds or objects in the sky um, ignite in us is an energy that depletes. But the energy that we put into the effort to find the space around them is an energy that uplifts. As I've mentioned before, the Buddha said, all we have to do with our thoughts is ask ourselves, is this thought beneficial? Is it skillful? Is it wholesome? Does it relieve my suffering? Or does it show me a path to the lessening of suffering? Or does it pull me in? Does it sink me down? Does it hover around me more than it needs to? Thoughts that he termed unwholesome, unskillful. We still will have pain. We still will have thoughts that are troubling and experiences that we don't wish. And the key is what what do we do with them? How do we help ourselves move through them? Not ignore them, not stuff them away or press them down. That's not skillful. That's not beneficial. But how do we move through them? How do we see the space around to cushion, to soften, and to keep breathing, keep moving? So a dark cloud moves through. The skill that we're seeking here does not mean pretend it's not there. Does not mean just stick our heads in the closet. The skill is to see that there's space around that cloud. And how can we expand our thinking and our awareness to see the ways through it? To see how to lift ourselves up from the suffering that the cloud will cause. And know that there is more space, more freedom. And then the next cloud that comes along, we've got a little practice in weathering that storm. It's coming back and back and back again to the breath. Take a moment here to see if there's anything that you want to rearrange or stretch out or shift. And we'll do a last little stretch of time and include a self-compassion practice. So, once again, ensuring that you are comfortable and supported, and you have a sense of length in your spine and spaciousness and lift and alertness in your body, regardless of how it's positioned. And just take a breath, let it go. Just imagine, if you can, if it feels right for you, um, a ray of light that comes down from this spacious sky and just sort of envelops you, holds you, embraces you. And that you're sitting in this light. And this light penetrates down through the crown of your head and radiates inside of you, illuminating your mind, your awareness, and your heart. And anywhere else that you feel it's welcome, maybe the belly, the hips, the legs, the limbs, across the back and shoulders. And that this light is giving you the room in your thinking mind, the freedom, the space to suggest to yourself, may I know happiness. May I be free from troubles. May I have enough strength to weather the storms. May I know self-compassion. May I be free from my suffering and the causes of that suffering. May I know where to turn for support when I need it. May I know kindness and generosity. May I find ease in my body. And may I know peace and the causes of peace. And just take a few more breaths as you bask in that light, perhaps, that you've imagined for yourself. And if you'd like to bring your hands to your heart, either palm to palm or palms together in front of the heart, just conjuring up some warmth, some easy presence, some self-comfort and care. I thank you so much for joining me. May we all know ease and comfort and peace and freedom from suffering. Take good care.
Thank you. Can I just stay here?